Today on Vegan Freak Radio, surviving the holidays. Does veganism make a better tasting you? Vivisectors love Paris. Mice don't. All this and more on Vegan Freak Radio number 82 for the 21st of November, 2007.
Coming to you from high atop their elite fortress of moral superiority, here are your protein-deficient hosts, Bob and Jenna.
Hello, everyone. It's Jenna.
And Bob back again, like we promised.
We did promise, and we're delivering.
Believe it or not.
Yes. Although we are doing something dangerous, we're doing the show without having walked the dogs.
Yeah, I know. Things could get really bad here.
So we'll see.
Well, yeah. We will walk them, but we just couldn't do it before the show.
Right. We're going to do it after the show.
Absolutely. Unless things go completely ballistic during the show. So anyway, we said we'd be back to talk about the holidays, and here we are back to talk about the holidays, and we want to talk about a couple other things while we're here.
Yeah, so we thought we'd do a quick show to get it out before Thanksgiving here in the U.S., and here we are. So,
well, that's those of you who have to go to gatherings. U.S. Thanksgiving is tomorrow. Those of you who have to go to gatherings, you can sync up your iPod, run to your family gatherings, and hide in a corner somewhere with your little iPod Nano and listen to us. We're your subversive fun on Thanksgiving.
There you go.
We can be. And, the stuff we're talking about applies to holidays anywhere in the world,
That's true.
right?
It applies to Christmas, applies to any big gathering where they have a dead animal in the middle. Because, dead animal just says celebration.
It does to me. I mean, it's kind of morbid if you think about it, right? Eating dead animals. It's like roadkill.
Anyway. But we have to start off the show saying first, welcome to the world to Lydia.
Absolutely. Congratulations.
A new vegan to the world. So congratulations to Vegan Witch and Vegan Jedi, or Elise and Patrick.
And Liam.
And Liam, of course, who's going to be a great big brother. Lydia was born on the 19th of November. And so it's wonderful to have another vegan in the world.
I'm looking for the
clap.
So yeah, I completely agree. We'll let it run.
Okay.
There's a lot to be happy for. Good stuff.
Yes.
So congratulations.
Yeah.
And we also want to say hello to Hi and Seal. These are two folks who I've recently had the pleasure of getting to know quite well. They are kind of older adult students who have come into my class in animal rights, and they've been really cool in the class, and we went out to dinner with them last night, had a great time, and just wanted to say hi, because I know that Seal's been listening to the show. So hopefully she'll hear this little hello.
Hello.
But what's cool, though, is that Hi blows the minds of my students, because here's a guy who's in his 60s, and he comes into class, and he's more radical than any of the students in the class. And they all just can't, they have a hard time getting their heads around that. It's fun. He's a lot of fun to have in class. They both are a lot of fun to have in class. Hyman's a little more, he's animated, and he likes to argue, and it's fun to have that kind of person in class.
Yeah.
So Cecile's a little more subdued. So it's cool. Anyway, so here we are back again for number 82. We wanted to talk, we'll do two quick media things before we move on. You want to do that?
Yeah. Oh, before we move on, congratulations to Blue, who won the cookbook from our giveaway.
There you go. So the cookbook giveaway. And on the next show, well, one of the coming shows, we'll do a giveaway of making a killing. We'll do a couple of those as well, but not now.
Not now.
So stay tuned to Vegan Freak Radio for all kinds of cool giveaways.
Mm-hmm.
So, two things we spotted in the media. Jenny, you want to go first? You want me to go first?
No, you go first, because this then transitions into the next topic we want to talk to.
Oh, yeah, you're right. So, it's a better transition.
All right.
Okay, so November 26, 2007 issue of Time. Special report, America by the Numbers. On the inside, in the briefing in the People section, there's a little tiny blurb called The Science of Celebrity. The title is Paris Relieves Pain. The study. Researchers noted that male mice licked their wounds less, indicating higher stress levels when a scientist was present. I'll get to this in a second. To determine whether the sight or smell of a human was to blame, they showed mice a cardboard cutout of Paris Hilton. The results, with fake Paris in sight, male mice, but not females, still spent less time licking their wounds, supporting research that indicates the sexes react differently to stress. Okay, where do I even begin with this idiocy? Number one, Of course, mice are going to lick their wounds, indicating higher stress around vivisectors, because these are the people that reach into the cages and hurt the mice, usually, or do evil things to them. Does that make sense to you?
That makes sense to me. Of course, they would be skeptical whenever any human comes by then.
Right.
Yeah.
And, what is the argument we always hear from people who are in favor of animal experimentation? We always hear, we have to do it. These are life-saving maneuvers that we have to do to protect human life. And if we don't do this, we don't experiment on animals, humans will die. We'll never cure cancer and AIDS or anything else, right? And what the fuck are they doing? They're putting up cardboard cutouts of Paris Hilton. This is what we're killing animals for? And I guarantee you, at the end of that study, did I spit in your eye?
No.
Okay, good. I get fired up. At the end of the study, I guarantee you, these mice will be, quote unquote, sacrificed.
Right.
That's the word they use. Sacrificed. Now, this is ridiculous to me. And on top of it all, the vast majority of animal experimentation has almost nothing to do with any identifiable human gain. I mean, we're talking about things like, testing things we already know. That perhaps stress reactions are different biologically.
Yeah. What another way we could figure this out is perhaps doing surveys of human beings and find out what they do when they're in a stressful situation.
Exactly.
That doesn't put any stress on the humans, and yet you can figure out and divide by gender as to whether or not females and males react differently to stress. Hello?
I know.
We don't need to torture mice to figure this out.
But, behavioral psychologists have done tons and tons and tons and tons of animal experimentation with no clear-cut benefit, in my opinion, to prove things we already know over and over and over again. It's ridiculous. Not that I'm in favor of any experimentation, but I think the psychological stuff is particularly disturbing. And I mean, it's all disturbing. Let's not even put it in shades of gray, right? It's all disturbing, but the idiocy of this just really boggled my mind. I read it, and it's like, it's supposed to be one of those little cute things. Oh, it's cute. No, it's fucking stupid.
Speaking of fucking stupid, I opened up the New Yorker from November 19th, and there's this 2-page ad towards the beginning, after a completely ridiculous Belvedere vodka ad, I might add. Look at this.
Let me see.
Look at this. It's like this guy lounging with 2 women at a
God.
bar. Like, I don't know. That's utterly ridiculous.
This is the typical, who the hell's Terry Richardson?
I have no idea.
I know someone.
But apparently we're supposed to care because that's supposed to make us want to buy this brand of vodka.
I know someone out there knows who he is, but don't call because we don't care who he is. It's the typical, it's the typical, what do you call it? Menage a trois fantasy, right?
Yes, exactly.
Anyway,
okay. So then I turn to that page, and there's another ad. This is from a credit card company, and it's got a picture of a smiling family, a mom, with gray hair, putting a very nasty-looking turkey-like substance on the table. A girl sitting there smiling brightly with, with red hair, and then some guy sitting next to her. Okay. It says on the left, it was my first tofurkey, and I wanted it to be just right. Hey, the text on the right reads, well, my son Jack went and married a vegetarian. So I grabbed my city card and went to the store. I picked up the old favorites like cranberry sauce, mashed potatoes, green beans, and turnips, as well as 15 pounds of quote-unquote turkey tofu. The dinner was a hit. Alice knows she's already more like a daughter than an in-law, and all around our family was feeling a lot of love. My husband Steve especially loved that I made a small turkey for him to eat later.
'50s happiness.
So yeah, okay, where to begin? First of all, this tofu turkey that they have on the table looks foul.
It does look really disgusting.
I mean, it is. I've never seen a vegetarian eat anything that looked remotely like that.
It looks kind of like they molded some plastic or something and just sprayed it with like a, well, I don't know, kind of a yellow spray paint or something.
Yeah, it's meant to look like a turkey carcass.
It's meant to look
but
stupid.
Yeah. It doesn't look anything like tofurkey.
No, it doesn't.
If I were tofurkey, I would be really pissed off because tofurkey's a brand name and they didn't put like a little TM or anything.
It was my first tofurkey. Yeah, you're right. They didn't do the trademark correctly.
No.
Uh-oh.
Anyway, that and... Okay. Well, my son went and married a vegetarian.
Really?
Yeah. Oh my God! No, he's out to ruin our family dinners. Okay, but it's making the mom sound all nice and lovely because she wants to go out of her way. And,
Of course.
That's
No,
very nice.
But that is nice.
That is nice. But actually, this ad kind of sums up, I'm sure, what a lot of people go through
Yeah.
in their family dinners. Like I'm doing something so nice for you. I'm going to go out of my way and make you this tofu turkey. But by the way, I'm making the guy a small turkey because, heaven forbid we can't have one day without sacrificing an animal for us to eat.
For real. And, going to these things is really tough too, because you go there and most people have a different life than we do. We have to recognize that. You and I almost never around meat.
No.
So if we're in a place and I see meat, I'm like, I mean, that's how I feel when I see it. It's like, no, we're just used to not seeing it. A lot of people are used to being around it more often than we are. But still, I think that's like the reaction that a lot of people have. These holidays tend to be so meat and dairy and everything else heavy. Some people have like turkey and ham and something else.
Yeah, and it's rough. And so we wanted to talk to you, you listeners, a little bit about...
I want to talk to you.
Just sort of surviving the holidays.
Yes, indeed.
And we know that a lot of you just feel lonely when you're sitting at the table because probably no one at that table understands what you're going through.
Right. They think you're just being really weird, and most people don't really get it. I mean, like I said, I always say we're dealing with a world where 99% of people 3 times a day eat animal products. They think it's completely normal.
Right. And of course, we're the freaks for not wanting to partake in that.
Right.
And they don't understand how, we see, there's that turkey in the center of the table. We see death. We see torture, and we see this poor thing that's been sacrificed. And the other people see food. Yeah. And they see nourishment,
Well, that's the funny thing is that right before Thanksgiving break, I said to my classes, don't go home and eat any dead birds. And they were like, ew, and I'm like, well, what are you doing? I mean, I'm just literally telling you what you were doing. You were eating dead birds. Mm-hmm. What are you going to say? I'm going to eat dead grain? Fine, I eat dead grain. You know what I mean? Like, and I think most people don't look at it that way, right? We've comfortably wrapped everything in these nice, neat little euphemisms, these nice, neat little packages, and we've categorized and we've kind of split everything apart. And, as long as we pardon a turkey, a single turkey, that you can come up and pet if you want to.
In a few moments, you can come up and pet the turkey if you want to.
Everybody feels fine about it. Oh, it's so cute. President Bush is pardoning a turkey. Meanwhile, how many hundreds of millions of turkeys are being killed so that we can eat them?
Exactly. And then people run around saying, Happy Turkey Day.
Yeah.
And as if the day is at all happy for turkeys.
And, it's ridiculous. And so it's a hard holiday for a lot of vegans.
It is. And we just want to say, just a few things to maybe help you. First of all, that you're not alone.
No, you're
there
not.
are a lot of other people that unfortunately aren't sitting at the table with you probably, but who are out there and going through the same things.
Well, I actually think, though, that a lot of I understand that people want to be with their families, right? Mm-hmm. But I think what's important for vegans to do is to find other vegans to be with on holidays like this and create a new holiday for yourself. I mean, I know that sounds like, cut yourself off from your family, join the cult. But what I'm really saying, though, is that more often than not, many families aren't going to want to not have a turkey there. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And if it bothers you that much, it's worth your time to find people who will re-articulate this holiday with you, who will decide, okay, we're going to do something different. We're going to have, a holiday that celebrates our existence and existence of other creatures. In other words, we're going to remove the speciesism from the holiday and have a new holiday. Mm-hmm. I don't understand why we can't do more of that.
Exactly. Make it into a celebration of the bounty, the harvest of being together with people.
A celebration of life.
Rather than a celebration of the slaughter of Indians and turkeys.
Yeah.
Which essentially is what Thanksgiving is.
Well, that's exactly what it is.
I'm sorry, Native Americans.
Well, it's a native look, it's a genocide. I think essentially it marks the genocide of the hell's going on.
Emmy's not going to oversee these in books and stuff.
Anyway, Emmy, you made me lose my train of thought. Em, come here, get out of there.
She's looking for stuff to get into.
I know she is.
It's usually Mole's job.
Mole's
sleeping. Emmy girl.
Anyway, Emmy has this idea that we're going to pay attention to her if she's bad, which is true. She's
just no dummy.
Just to get her to stop. What was I? Oh yeah. Anyway, Indigenous Holocaust. It's horrible. Mm-hmm. And I just think the holiday. I don't know. I find it to be I like Thanksgiving, but only because we don't I don't feel the pressure like we have to go anywhere and do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we've made the decision that we're going to have our holiday here by ourselves. And we, make our little meal for ourselves, and it's really nice.
It is.
But I understand that a lot of you don't necessarily want to celebrate Thanksgiving by yourself. Not everybody is like us.
No, I don't think you have to celebrate it by yourself, but I think it's important to find a group of people that you can be around. And
of course.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
And start new traditions.
See your family after the holidays if you have to.
Yeah, or, go later in the evening when the meal's completely done.
It's a good idea, too.
And then see your family.
I think
when
that's
everybody's still there.
Yeah, that's a really good idea.
Mm-hmm.
So there are other ways around it. I don't think you have to deal immediately with the turkey at the table if it's something that really bothers you. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, yeah, I couldn't do that. But you can. Most people can. You just decide one day that that's what you're going to do, and you make that decision.
Mm-hmm.
If you're an adult. If you're a kid, it's harder. But if you're an adult, you can make those choices.
True. But if you're stuck at that table and you're feeling depressed, we understand how you're feeling depressed. But remember that do you really want to share in a celebration that involves senseless murder?
Yeah.
Just.
Well, but what if you're stuck? You just said,
Yeah,
what if you're stuck at the
there?
table?
I know. But I think it's important to remember that, holiday celebrations in general with family are already charged.
Can be charged.
Can be charged, because somebody's going to get in an argument with somebody else. Somebody's going to say something stupid to somebody else, because it inevitably happens when things involve family and
it can happen,
alcohol.
Yes. Yeah, that's true too.
So, these things are going to happen anyway. So, whereas you probably want to show that, yeah, you're doing fine as a vegan and you're not withering away to nothing and you want to be a positive example, try not to get into too many arguments.
Well, there's no point in arguing over it when there's a turkey on the table. It's not going to accomplish anything, I just don't think it's going to do much.
No, it's not. And family, I would think, is going to be some of the hardest people to try and convince that what you're doing is right.
Yeah, I think it's tough. It's really tough.
Honestly. Which isn't to say that you can't talk about it. It's just, think about the situation that you're in. You know your family. We don't know your family. So
that's true. It depends on the family.
It does.
Some families like to have the arguments.
Mm-hmm.
Like to hear it.
They do.
But
yeah. But I think one positive thing that people can do if they're stuck at a table is try to at least make a side dish for yourself and to share with other people. Don't even mention the fact that it's vegan. Just say, hey, try this. It's really good. And then share your food with people. And that way you won't go hungry.
That's
because
true.
I think that's one of the biggest mistakes that you can make is not eating beforehand or expecting that people will feed you and take care of you. Because some people might tell you that there will be vegan food there, but they won't be because they don't quite understand what vegan food is. So you go there, and whereas all the side dishes theoretically could be vegan, but they're going to put butter in the mashed potatoes, they're going to put butter in the corn, they're going to put bacon in the green beans, all of these things. So either try to make something, steal a little corn of the oven or the stove and try and make something or bring something or eat beforehand.
Yeah, just bring something with you.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing too difficult in that.
No. And I know from experience that being hungry can make you extremely irritable.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? You know that from experience?
I know that from experience.
I know it from experience better because when you get hungry, you do get grumpy.
I know.
Really grumpy.
I know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, don't let yourself get hungry and grumpy.
That's true.
Because it'll make it even worse.
It can.
So.
Well, it's not easy to survive the holidays. They're frustrating times. A lot of people have, it's like a double stress for some people.
Mm-hmm.
I actually enjoy being around my family, so I don't find them all that hard in that way, being around family. But some people have families that are difficult to be around, number one. But people feel like they have to be involved with their families, and I understand all that. It's complicated, but it's a really hard time, and I think often it just requires some diplomacy.
And the expectation that you're gonna get stupid comments from somebody.
It's inevitable.
Steel yourself and just be ready for it. Because I think some people are surprised when they get attacked and because what you're doing is so different from what everybody else normally does. A lot of people will react differently to that. Some people will be like, okay, whatever, and then other people will be like, you drink soy milk? That's disgusting. So you're here, meat, they're gonna go through the whole gamut.
Yeah, of course.
Of stupid comments.
So. I'll eat, whatever you don't eat, I'll eat double. Good, that kind of stuff.
Right, exactly.
Really stupid shit, and sometimes it really requires a lot a lot of self-control not to just haul off and smack someone. It really does.
It does.
Sometimes it really does.
It does.
But it's vital that you not haul off and smack people, A, because it's probably not a nice thing to do, and B, because I think we've talked about this before, but I often think that meat eaters are looking for reasons to decide that our life is horrible. Mm-hmm. And if we are always these nasty, surly, pinched, bitter little people who are in fact always angry and upset, then we give them a lot of evidence that that's the case. Mm-hmm. And I just think I found personally in my life that living as the kind of happiest vegan I can be and not really being kind of an asshole to people has helped.
Mm-hmm. It does. It does. You know, people say to me, oh, well, you know, I was talking with a friend the other day. She's like, oh, well, you can't eat this. And I'm like, well, actually, I can eat this other thing that I make that's really good. And hey,
Sure.
this is awesome. So, you know, it's like.
And it's not can't, it's won't.
It's won't. Yeah, I know. That's a major pet peeve.
It's that it's not food.
Exactly.
I mean, that's the thing. It's like, you know, it's like someone handing me a human arm and being like, you can't eat this. Like, well, I really could, technically. Yeah. Humans have eaten other humans. So, yes, indeed.
Yes.
So that's some holiday advice. But ultimately, I think what we need to do is start to re-articulate new traditions that focus on taking the speciesism out of the holiday.
I agree.
You know, there's no reason that Thanksgiving has to have a turkey involved like that. Mm-mm. And there's no reason why we can't have holidays that celebrate, for example, instead of killing turkeys, celebrate a fall harvest, for example. Mm-hmm. So,
yes.
And, you know, it may be important for you to find some people in your life who you can do that with.
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
And I think that that's really important for a lot of people. I mean, we tend to be fairly antisocial types.
This is true.
So, you know, for us, it's easy to be kind of antisocial. But for a lot of people, they require sociality in their lives. Mm-hmm. It's the traditional introvert-extrovert divide, right?
It is.
So, yeah, indeed.
There you go.
So are we done with that?
I think so.
All right. Are we going to do voicemails?
Yes.
I'm not going to play the tune. I don't feel like it.
Okay.
Nah. I just don't feel like it.
Okay.
So let's play some voicemails.
Hey, freaks. It's Al again from St. Paul, Minnesota. And just wanted to leave you a quick message. Bob, you mentioned something on the last podcast about a question. What would we do if we all gave up animal agriculture, and what would we do about all the jobs that are lost? I've had that one a few times, and I guess my response is always, what if we gave up war? And what if we could have world peace? How many hundreds of millions of people would be out of work? Yeah, so use that one. See if it works. Okay, you guys rock. Bye.
Well, there you go. It's actually a good point.
Yeah, it is a good point.
If we were to give up the military-industrial complex, we would be screwed in this country. Mm-hmm. But, you know, it's something that I think a lot of people would be in favor of.
Mm-hmm. I think so.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
There you go. And let's go to this one from Raphael and Raphael.
Right. Hallo, liebe Freaks. Also, wir möchten euch über unseren veganen...
Uh-oh.
Oh, hold on.
Whoa. Oh, sorry, wrong language. Damn. Hey, Freaks. This is Raphael.
And Raphael.
From Switzerland. And we're calling you to tell you about the Vegan.ch podcast that we've been putting on the air in the past couple months.
We just had our 5th episode.
Yep.
And we're very proud of it, and I think we largely owe it to you guys. You've been a real inspiration
absolutely
to get going and start our own vegan outreach here in Switzerland.
Yeah, we've been big fans of yours for quite some time now, listening to your podcast, and thought, why don't we get off our lazy vegan asses ourselves and start kicking in a podcast? So we're more or less the first one in the German-speaking world that are doing this.
Yeah, so if there are, even in the States, some German-speaking people, please check us out at vegan.ch.
And people all over the world who, you know, maybe come from Austria, Germany, or Switzerland,
certainly,
who are interested in veganism and want that more local touch. I mean, Switzerland is the land of milk and honey and chocolate and cheese.
And all that bad stuff.
So we really have a lot of things to go up against and a lot of things to talk about. A lot of events that are going on, animal rights, scenes, veganism, etc. So please do check us out, and please, Bob and Jenna, keep up the good work. Keep the casts coming, because we like to hear them, and stay freaky.
Yes, please do. Lots of more from you guys.
So you can check out Raphael and Raphael at vegan.ch.
That's awesome.
I don't
German
speak-
language podcast. That's great.
A German language vegan podcast.
Yes.
I have not listened to it because I don't speak any German. Wish I did now.
We'll go learn it. I don't speak in German either.
It will take time.
Yeah. But yeah, for all of you European vegans out there who speak German and all of you around the world who speak German,
There you go.
go listen.
All right. Next voicemail is from Ashley.
Hi, Bob and Jenna. This is Ashley voicemailing you from Calgary, Alberta, and I have just recorded this voicemail thingamabobby like 3 times, and every time I sound like such a doofus.
Now, everybody thinks they sound like a doofus when they're on the radio, but I got to tell you, most people don't. So, I want to just encourage our listeners that if you're going to leave a voicemail, it doesn't have to be perfect, but it should be under 2 minutes long.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah.
Because I say and I pause and I say so I'm going to really try to make this short and sweet to save me the pain of re-recording it because I sound like a doofus. Anyhow, I am just wondering if any time in the near future it's possible for you guys to do that vegan sex show. Since show number 69 is past, I'm not really sure when a good opportunity would arise to do so. And I'm just wondering if in that segment you guys could include a vegan and omni-love section, because I know it is possible. I am married to an omnivore, and I am very slowly transitioning into veganism. I'm lactose intolerant, so pretty much the only thing I have to cut out is cheese and milk. And
Cut it out.
I'm trying to find a good milk substitute for my cereal, because soy milk's kind of gross.
Oh, stop. I don't even want to hear it. No more. Soy milk's kind of gross. No.
Okay, soy milk is crushed up soybeans. Cow's milk comes from a cow's tit.
I mean,
Now
really.
tell me, which is more disgusting?
Really?
Cow's tit, a soybean.
Now, if you drink soy milk, just drink it. Don't go back to your fucking death milk, okay? Just drink soy milk for a couple weeks. Try it. I didn't really like it at first, to be honest. Okay, I'm going to be honest. I didn't really like it at first. Now I don't notice that kind of soy taste to it.
That's true.
And there's no death involved.
Nope.
No suffering involved in soy milk. The soybeans have not suffered. The soybeans have not been exploited to bring you soy milk. They don't have little soybean children that are hauled off to the veal slaughterhouse, right?
Right.
There's not a little bit of soy veal in every glass. With regular milk, there is. So we got to get you to stop drinking regular milk. It's not that hard. And cheese, put it aside. Just no. Slowly transitioning. No, stop. Put it aside. Walk away from it.
Yeah. Plus, not to mention that there's rice milk, almond milk, hemp milk, hazelnut milk, barley milk, oat milk. There's like 20,000 kinds of milk.
We're going to talk about man milk later in the show.
Yeah, that too. It does probably not too good on cereal.
There you go.
in Calgary, so I'm really trying. Anyhow,
Oh, you can do it.
I really know that it is possible
Yes, it is.
for a vegan and an omnivore to live together,
Oh, I don't know about that.
because the Beatles said all you need is love. So yeah, I've only been married for 3 months, so that's why I'm kind of all gushy. So I send my blessings to you guys, and I really look forward to your next podcast. And I'm glad you guys are back, because you guys rock. The Casbah. I'll see you later. Peace out.
Why, thank you. We're down with the Clash. No, I don't mean to be. I don't mean to be too hard on you. It's good that you're transitioning to veganism, but there's no time like the present.
Right. And now we can get cheesely and all kinds of other cheese substitutes
She's in
on
Canada,
this side of the
isn't she?
pond.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Which, might not taste good to you right away, but eventually they will. I think.
But it's just leaving these things behind is really essential. It's hard to do because we have all these intimate associations with food that go back to times that we're kids, and we have all these connections to it, and it really takes on a complex role for us, but it's really important for us to leave it behind. If you're serious about animal exploitation, being a vegan is a thing you have to do on a day-to-day basis in your life to illustrate that kind of visceral protest to animal exploitation.
Indeed.
So I would encourage you, I applaud your movements towards veganism, but do it. Just break away. Go. You can do it.
You can do it.
Okay, next up we have... Who should I do next?
I don't know. Who do we have left?
We have Bianca, Chris, Denise, Megan.
do Denise because Bianca and Chris and Megan are all related.
Okay, we'll do
Okay.
Denise.
Hi, Bob and Jenna. This is Denise from the People's Republic of Brooklyn. I just wanted to share with you guys, I had this wonderful teacher moment this week, just to very quickly set it up. I teach high school in Brooklyn, and even though I'm an art teacher, they do have me teaching a couple of periods a day of science because New York City, and that's the way things work around this place. Anyway, of course, my science classes are all about, the environment and eco-friendly stuff, but also sustainability and, rethinking just the way that
Cool.
people live anyway.
Cool.
And, of course, I work a lot of vegan propaganda into my whole science spiel. Anyway,
Excellent.
so I wanted to tell you about, so my kids had to do this research project about different environmental issues of their choosing. And one of my students, God bless him, he did his presentation, and it was actually about overpopulation. And in his research, part of his conclusions, because it related to the problems of how overpopulation and we don't have sustainable farming, we can't really feed people in a healthy sort of way. And one of his solutions that he came up with, all on his own, was go vegan.
Nice.
He decided that people really needed to go vegan because it was the only way to really create a healthy, sustainable food supply. So I thought that was absolutely a wonderful moment. Inside, I was just going like, yes! Somebody was starting to get it, and it was great. So I just wanted to share you with that. Hopefully I'll continue spreading propaganda into these young, impressionable minds, and we'll get the message across.
Awesome.
Okay. Ciao.
Excellent, Denise. That's good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I that is really cool. We need more teachers like you who are working into the curriculum in ways that get students to think about it and to come to these conclusions kind of on their own in a way.
Right.
You're not like forcing it down their throat. You're getting
No.
you're getting them to think, and I think that's really vital.
Mm-hmm.
You're offering them possibilities and options, and they're thinking about it and coming up with these things. I think that that's really important. I think that's why it's not indoctrination either. It's like you're offering up a whole range of possibilities, and they're thinking about it and deciding that veganism or the vegetarianism or that animal issues are one of those possible areas.
Right. I mean, we need more people to be like, okay, this is how you see the world. And hey, by the way, there's these other people that see the world this way. And, let's think about the differences and do it in a way that's not, proselytizing. It's showing them what's out there.
Absolutely. We don't need to proselytize. We don't need to force things down people's throats. It's a rational, extremely clear, extremely logical position.
Yeah. Okay.
No, you were looking at me funny.
Oh, sorry.
All right. So should we move on?
Yes.
Okay. These three are related. Is there a particular order in which I should put these?
I guess we should do Bianca and Megan first.
Okay. Here we go.
Okay.
For any easily offended listeners, now may be the time. Do we have easily offended?
No, if they are, they stopped listening long
We've already
ago.
alienated them a long time ago. I love when they send us email too. It's great fun.
We haven't gotten any of those in a while.
Not that we're looking for them, by the way.
No.
They're annoying.
Hey guys, just wanted to call in and pop my voicemail, Vegan Freak Cherry. This is Bianca, aka Dairy Free Yoga, on the chat and on the podcast. So to address your vegan cum issue, I cannot believe you guys did not say cum.
Okay, first off, I'm not afraid to say cum. We're not afraid to talk about dicks or any of that stuff. I was talking to a reporter for Newsweek, and I thought, I don't know what her sensibilities are. I don't want to say cum to someone. You know what I'm saying?
Well, plus you were talking about men and women.
True.
Not just men tasting better, but women tasting better.
Well,
also.
anyway. Okay, here we go.
That's what it is. It does taste better, by the way. I used to date a guy way back in the day, like 10 years ago, and he was a vegan, and that shit was amazing. I had no problem going down and swallowing on that guy, so big props to all those vegan boys out there. I am newly single, just broke up with my vegetarian.
I have a feeling you won't have a hard time finding someone else.
No. Yeah, I'm sure you've got like 20 guys now that are lined up to get your phone number.
The moment this podcast goes up, she's going to get 400 PMs on the forums. So, Bianca.
Vegetarian boyfriend who eats fish. even as a meat eater, I never understood that. So as a vegan, I just realized that he's full of shit.
Good, because fish don't grow on trees.
Besides the fact, all the other stuff that we broke up over, him being the vegetarian who eats fish, that was enough right there to end it. So, newly single, vegan girl. I am 28, live in San Diego, but will travel to Orange County for that right vegan boy. All the vegan boys I know around here are my ex-boyfriend's friends, so that doesn't fare well. That's about it. You guys are amazing, and keep up the great work. I look forward every day, sometimes more than twice a day, updating my iTunes podcast list to check and see when you guys have a new podcast up. So I was so excited yesterday to see that you guys had a new one up, and you guys had a huge effect on my great day, because first thing I did when I woke up this morning was roll over, open up my iTunes, and listen to your amazing show. So Bob and Jenna, I love you. Mwah, mwah. Keep up the good work. And any vegan single boys out there, Gary for yoga, find me on MySpace, whatever it is. I love you guys. Bye.
There you go, Southern California vegans.
And speaking of people like hooking up through Vegan Freak Radio, through our chat room, whatever, people have met and had various kinds of liaisons and things like that, and they've traded dirty pictures and done all kinds of things.
And better tasting fluids.
And they've swapped fluids and those. I feel like, okay, do we charge for any of this? No, it's all free. I feel like we should get some props for this, at least spiritually speaking. So I think that if you have an orgasm via Vegan Freak Radio or via any of the things that we've done, the forums or the chat room, if by any of those, if that is the medium through which you have had an orgasm, I think at least once, if you've had multiple orgasms through any of the things we've set up, you need to say something during one of these orgasms, like, for the great glory of Vegan Freak Radio. Or something like that. What do you think?
There you go.
We deserve it.
Oh, yeah.
We're not asking you for money. We're just asking for, you're just a moment of utter passion. Think of it this way. It beats yelling out the name of the wrong person at that moment.
True.
You just yell out, Vegan Freak Radio! Whatever. Okay, moving on.
Okay.
Megan or Chris?
Megan.
Hey, Bob and Jenna. This is Megan from Oregon, a.k.a. Herbstsonne from the forums. I am actually in the middle of listening to podcast number 80. Good job. I'm enjoying it, as I enjoy all of them. And it's right at the part where Bob was talking about how he was talking about in class that certain vegans have implied that certain bodily fluids, bodily secretions, if you will, taste better if you're vegan. And I thought I'd throw in my 2 cents on that. I have been vegan for almost 5 months now.
Yay.
Your podcast was a big thing in convincing me to go vegan. I'm very happy that you guys exist.
Yay.
But anyway, I was going to report that my boyfriend says, yes, I taste a lot better since I went vegan, that I taste less, I guess, like alkaline or acidic. And I can honestly say, since I got him to go vegetarian, that he tastes a lot better. So I just got to push a little harder.
Get him to go vegan.
Offer incentives to get him to go vegan, I guess. So anyway, and I had actually heard in high school that vegetarians and vegans taste better than people who eat meat anyway. So this is not new news. This is proven scientific fact. Anyway, you guys have a great night, and talk to you later.
Awesome.
There you go.
Okay.
And speaking of scientific fact,
Yes.
next voicemail.
Hey guys, this is Chris from Philadelphia, soon to be Chris from Portland, about 3 weeks out from that. I know that you've been talking a lot lately about body odor, attractiveness, and increased taste of body odor secretions on the show. And I just wanted to bring to your attention of a study actually from Czechoslovakia in the past year titled The Effect of Meat Consumption on Body Odor Attractiveness. And basically what they did is they had two groups of men. They had a meat group and a non-meat group, and they had them wear axillary pads for 2 weeks to collect sweat and all kinds of funky odors. And then they had a group of women come in and evaluate for pleasantness, attractiveness, masculinity, and intensity. And the result was the non-meat diet was judged to be significantly more attractive, more pleasant, less intense, and had the same masculinity.
Nice.
So for those people that like to, criticize and say that you're just making things up, saying that, vegans have less body odor, well, there's some scientific data actually to support it now. And just on a side note, the men were paid 2,000 Czechoslovakian dollars for the inconvenience of having to follow a vegetarian diet, and the women were not paid, but they were given a chocolate bar. Okay? Thanks a lot. Take care.
Excellent. So scientific proof that being vegetarian, vegan's probably even better.
Mm-hmm.
Makes you not smell as bad, and you're still attractive.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, baby.
There you go. Actually, Dr. McDougall, in one of his books, has this brief little thing. I think I've put this on the forums a long time ago about how basically, what you sweat out is, what you're eating.
Yeah.
And if you're digesting meat, it's in your system rotting is what it's doing. I mean, think about that. It's in your stomach rotting.
Rotting in your colon.
And in your colon. And it stays there for longer because it doesn't have any fiber. So you're sweating out rotting meat.
That's disgusting.
It doesn't smell good.
You smell like a dead animal.
Exactly. So there you go.
That's gross.
Yeah.
Yeah. So are we done?
I think we're done now.
Cool.
Okay. So thank you to everyone who responded to our inquiry about tasting better. There you go.
And hang in there for the holidays. It sucks sometimes, but
But it's only one day. We'll get through it.
It's livable.
It is.
Yeah, we've got basically a month of holiday though coming up.
Oh, true. I hate it.
Yeah. It's a lot. But anyway, we'll be back again early next week or next week at some point with show number 83, which is our interview with Nathan Winograd. And that was an excellent interview we had with him, just under an hour long, where we talked about his book Redemption and some of the issues of no-kill, critiquing the movement, all kinds of different things we talked about. Very interesting interview. And I hope you will refresh your podcast feed endlessly until we release it.
Or if you don't want to do that, you can sign up for our email notification list that will tell you when there's a new one available.
Go to veganfreakradio.com. Upper right-hand corner, you can sign up for our email notification list. All we do is send notifications about Vegan Freak shows when they come out. We don't say anything else. No other junk. None of that crap.
Right.
I'm too busy to send other shit. I can barely send out the notifications for the show.
Right.
So anyway, that's it for now. Be in touch with us. We're working through our voicemail queue. We'll try to get to them. And if you really want to have your voicemail played on the show, make it shorter than 2 minutes.
Yes.
Anything longer than that is hard for us to play for a lot of reasons. Yep. So anyway, hope to hear from you. Have a good holiday. Be in touch.
Yeah.
Talk to you soon. Bye.
Well, what a surprise. They say ignorance is bliss, and if that's the case, your brain dead myopia is hilarious. What do you want a vegan freak? That's what you think of a vegan freak. You're a vegan, I'm a vegan freak. I feel that I'm a vegan freak. Oh, to say that precious got the tofu. Thank fuck I'm normal, I'm a vegan freak.
You're working hard to put food on your family.